We've all been told the same story: work hard and you'll succeed. But what if that's no longer true? In today's economy, millions are working longer hours for less buying power. So if hard work doesn't make you rich anymore, what does? Let's follow the money. In the 1950s and 60s, a single income could support a family, buy a home, and retire comfortably. Fast forward to today, wages have barely kept up with inflation, but housing, education, and healthcare costs have skyrocketed. The system has shifted, and it's no longer designed to reward labor, it rewards capital. Let's break it down. Wages have grown about 17% in real terms since 1979. Productivity up over 60%. So where did all the extra value go? Straight to shareholders, executives, and asset owners. Meanwhile, jobs have become less stable, more gig work, fewer benefits, more people juggling side hustles just to survive. Hard work hasn't disappeared, but its value has been hollowed out. Economist Thomas Piketty found that returns on capital consistently outpace wage growth. Translation: if you're working for a paycheck, you're playing a slower game than the people whose money is working for them. That's why the rich invest in stocks, real estate, startups, and the working class. They're stuck earning just enough to pay bills, never enough to escape the cycle.
So let me just show you a very simple indicator about the income inequality part. So this is the share of total income going to the top 10%. So you can see that 1 century ago, it was between 45 and 50% in Europe and a little bit above 40% in the US, so there was more inequality in Europe. Then there was a sharp decline during the first half of the 20th century, and in the recent decades, you can see that the US have become more unequal than Europe, and you know, this is the first fact I just talked about. Now, the second fact is more about wealth inequality. And here the central fact is that wealth inequality is always a lot higher than income inequality. And also that, wealth inequality, although it has also increased in recent decades, is still less extreme today than what it was a century ago.
Follow the money and here's what you find. The tax code favors investors over workers. The financial system rewards speculation, not sweat. And the government bails out asset holders during crisis while telling workers to tighten their belts. Working harder used to be a ladder. Now it's a treadmill. The result? Millennials and Gen Z are the first generations expected to be poorer than their parents. 61% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and even higher earners are struggling to build real wealth. The promise of mediocrity is fading, and unless you own assets or know how to play the financial game, hard work alone won't get you ahead. Here's the truth. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed. Wealth comes from ownership, not overtime. If you want to escape the cycle, you need to understand how money, power, and policy really work. And that's what we've done here, every single week. If this hits home for you, hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment. Do you think hard work still pays off, or has the game changed? And if you want a deeper dive into how economic crises are used to reshape the system, grab my free ebook, How They Use Crisis to Reshape the Economy, link below. Thanks for watching. Let's keep following the money.